Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video I have created this super bronzy, glowy, smoky makeup tutorial. I know it's another neutral makeup tutorial and I hardly ever go into like colourful looks. And I'm going to start dipping into some colour and I'm going to start spicing it up on this channel and it's going to be really exciting and I'm really excited. If you guys have any makeup tutorial suggestions of like colourful tutorials or anything that you guys want to see, then please leave that down in the comments below so I can see it and get right on that tutorial. But if you are interested in the makeup that I'm currently wearing, then please just keep on watching. Okay, I'm starting off with my brows today and I'm just going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Ebony. And my brother's home and he's cooking and he's being really loud, but I wanted to do a talk through anyway, so if there's background noise, you know why. But I'm just going to go through this pretty quickly because I have a brow routine, so I will link that down below if you're interested. So once I have the base laid down, I'm going to go over with my dip brow pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills, also in the shade Ebony. And I just like to do this because I feel like this one stays a lot better, especially because I do my eyebrows before I do my foundation. So with the brows I feel like it just fades a little bit and this just makes it stick on my face. Now that that's done, I'm going to move on to the face. So I'm going to start by priming, and this is the Nivea Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm, and then you just want to rub it in until it gets tacky and sticky. Like when it first goes on it feels really liquidy, so you just want to keep like rubbing that in until it's not liquidy. For foundation I want to keep it pretty dewy, so I'm going to be starting off with my Nars Sheer Glow foundation, and I'm also going to mix the Nars Copacabana Illuminator in with that. So I'm going to do like 2 pumps of this and like half a pump or like a pump of this. I mean, it doesn't come out in pumps, but just like the equivalent of a pump. And then I mix that in with my finger, and once it's all mixed in I kind of just dot it on my face. And the brush that I use for foundation is a 103 Define Buffer from Zoeva. So I'm actually going to use 3 concealers, which I know is a bit excessive, but this one here is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I always used to think it was called Anti-Age Rewind, and I put that in all of my like description boxes. It's probably in some of them, like some of my older videos. Anyway, this is the shade Medium, and I'm using this as a primer for my eyes. And then I like to take the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard just to cancel out the bags under my eyes. And then I take the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light Warm, and this is really, really highlighty on me, which some people don't like, but I do. And the brush that I use to blend all of my concealer out is the Morphe E23 brush. I just use my fingers actually for my eyelid. And the reason that I take my concealer so high up onto the bridge of my nose is because I like to make my nose appear smaller. So I'm going to put the contour in there and just make like a small little nose for myself. So today I'm just going to set the eyelids with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. This is just going to make like the eyeshadow glide on a whole lot easier. And the brush that I am using is a Sigma F86 tapered kabuki brush, and I'm also going to be using that to bake. I don't normally bake because I feel like it dries my under eyes out, but I just want to keep everything nice and bright today. While all of that baking sets, we're going to be moving on to the eyes. I know you guys probably won't be able to take me seriously with all of this on my face, but we're going to be starting off with Burnt Orange Matte from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using a Morphe M330, and this is just going to be kind of like a transition shade. And the brush I'm using right now to blend is the 228 Luxe Crease brush from Zoeva. Moving on, I'm picking up Morocco, and this is from Makeup Geek. This is like the prettiest shade ever, look at it. And this I'm going to be blending up, whoops, I put way I thought I tapped most of it off. Anyway, I'm going to be blending up pretty high with this one because when I open my eyes you kind of can't see, so I want to make sure that this color is super visible because it just kind of brings the whole look together and makes everything look way more bronzy and smoky. And we're also going to be bringing this color on the inner and outer corner, kind of starting off that halo eye. I also just wanted to say thank you guys for all of the love on my lookbook, which was my last video. Oh, it just means so much, like everyone being really nice about my figure and stuff like that. I was really scared to upload it and do a lookbook because I'm really insecure about my body right now, because I got this thing in my arm and it's called the bar or an implant, and it kind of like messes with your hormones a bit. So it's kind of like, because it stops a lot of things, it's like made me gain a little bit of weight since I got it. So I'm just like a little bit insecure about it at the moment, and just seeing your comments just like made me so happy. And I don't know, everyone was being so nice on that video. I couldn't believe it. So moving on, the next shade I'm going to be taking is Cocoa Bear, and this is also from Makeup Geek. If you want to keep it like purely Makeup Geek, then I would just skip that burnt orange matte shade. I mean, you cover it anyway with Morocco, so it's kind of not really relevant. I just wanted to put something down before I went in with this really intense shade, just to like build myself up, to make sure I didn't stuff up. I don't know why, like whenever I'm doing something intense, I always like to build myself up before I get into the intense thing. I even do it with my eyebrows. Like I'll start filling inside my eyebrow before I get to the line. I just like to get the movements before I try and draw that straight line, you know what I mean? So with Cocoa Bear, we're not going to be blending this up obviously as high as Morocco. We're going to keep this more in the crease, and also bringing it down to the inner corner and the outer corner again. And if you kind of cover most of your lid with Morocco, don't worry about it too much, because the thing that I'm going to be using on the lid is a pigment, so it's just going to go right over top of Morocco. I'm just going to pick up this Sigma E34 domed utility brush, and I'm going to pick up Cocoa Bear and just pack that on the inner and outer corner of my eyes. And now I'm going to grab that brush and blend it out. Blending is obviously going to get rid of some of the pigment, so you can just go back in and apply with the domed utility brush and then blend out again. And I just do that like 2 or 3 times just to get the blendiness but also the pigmentation that I want. And last but not least, I just want to make it a little bit darker, so I'm going to be picking up Americano from Makeup Geek on the same. I'm just going to be doing the exact same thing that I did with Cocoa Bear basically. Okay, so the pigment I'm going to be using is the Afterglow pigment from Makeup Geek, which is like my favorite pigment of all time. And I'm not going to wet it, I'm actually just going to pick it up on my finger. Apply most of the product and then just blend it out with another finger. Well, I don't blend it out, I kind of just pat around it, so to kind of diffuse it into all the other colours on the eye. Now we're going to wipe away the baking finally, and the reason I leave the baking all the way to the end of the eyes is because if some of that pigment falls down, then we can just wipe it away. And I'm using the F37 Spotlight Duster from Sigma to just wipe it away. I started off with the NYX bronzer in medium 03, and I used this Models Prefer powder brush to apply. I kind of just get it on the side of the brush, if you can see that. That way it kind of makes it easier to place it, if that makes sense. Now I'm picking up my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. This is the light to medium contour kit, and I'm picking up this shade here, which is called Havana, I believe. And I'm going to put a little bit in my cheekbones and then mostly contour my nose. But when I contour my nose, I'm going to add a bit of Java, which is this cool tone here. So the first brush that I'm taking to contour my cheekbones is 105 highlight brush from Zoeva. I know this is a lot. My face like eats makeup, so this isn't going to be that intense soon. For my nose, I'm not going to go over this in too much detail because I am going to be doing a nose contouring routine. The brush I do use is a 235 contour shader brush from Zoeva. It's just like a little angled brush. Now I'm going to grab my Anastasia Beverly Hills That Glow kit, and I like to take these 3 shades here, which is Dripping Gold, Bubbly and Sunburst, and just mix them all together using a Morphe M510 brush. One time someone commented on my video and they were like, use less highlighter, and I was like, that is never going to happen. Now I'm going to finish off the eyes, and I'm going to grab a Maybelline Color Show Crayon Kohl black eyeliner pencil, and I'm going to line my waterline with this. And I just close my eyes when I do this so that it tight lines at the same time. And then I'm just going to bring a little bit of that onto the lower lash line. So I'm going to grab this. This is a clean 235 contour shader brush, and I'm going to pick up Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek and blend this on the lower lash line. I'm going to pick up Morocco, and I'm just going to blend this and smoke out the lower lash line. On the inner corner, I'm going to pick up this Inglot pigment, and this is number 14, and I'm going to be using this small little detailed shader brush from Zoeva. It's number 237. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Roller Lash by Benefit, which my dog like really chewed into. For lips, I'm going to be picking up the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Pure Hollywood. And now I'm going to go over that with a heap of the lip gloss from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Gilded. This is so strange, but I've only got one of the eyelashes that I use. The other one like ran away or something, so I'm going to be using a different pair, and this pair is called... So the pair I'm using is number 21 from Lotus Lashes. That brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a big thumbs up on this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!